Welcome Taurians to your June and July astrological house system spread. Here we use 12 cards to determine each area of your life with an overall influence card in the middle. So what do Taurians need to know in June and July? What do Taurians need to know in June and July? We'll stop there. Right. 3, 4. So your overall influence, Taurians, for this next few weeks is the Death card. It's the transformation that's taking place in each of your area. But we'll see which is significant for all of them. So we'll relate back to that. So House 1 area, Taurians, is all about how you're seeing yourself. So here with the 8 of Swords is a mental tying yourself up. So it's a situation that you may be thinking quite negatively about, but here with the transformation you can move away from that. So when we tell ourselves either truths or untruths, we put ourselves sometimes in an anxiety aspect, a depressive aspect, but equally it's an aspect that may not be quite real. So the transformation in your life right now is going to change, clear away the old and bring in the new, which is just what you need when thinking, tying yourself up. Because the situation, sometimes we need reflection, but when we do it on a negative vein, it can be very destructive. So I'm very pleased that you've got the big transformation and the change. Let's see what Taurians are valuing. This is how you value and what your possessions. So here with the 5 of Swords is a time to value how communication and all squabbles and things that are no longer really serving you. So the transformation, it's like going into war, isn't it? Going into a battle. So when you're feeling constricted and you think you can't get out of a situation, what you value is how people listen to you. People aren't listening. So transforming the way you need to really tap into how you have communicated in the past. I'm going to look at this. But it's like all these thought patterns are really not serving. So we'll see more on that actually. But there is a transformation in what you do value. And I think listening is a very key here for Taurians. People maybe in your life are just too hasty when you want to be kind of, you know, a little bit step backwards. We'll see about communication. So here in the 3rd house, Taurians, is the Wheel of Fortune. So this is really helping communication come about. The change will be that moving away, picking up the pieces from certain aspects of communication and arguments and new decisions. And this is why it's so good to have the Death card. The transformation, the burning of the old into the newness, the new ideas. So when you get the Wheel of Fortune, you can either be, I was going to say stubborn in not coming forward with what you need to say, or being more eloquent with what you do say. So it is a good time to communicate, but very much to yourself what you need now, because anything, absolutely every single area of your life can be transformed. You can put it to bed. So decisions that you're thinking about and new thoughts. The Wheel of Fortune will give you anything that you want. So if you need more information about your current situation in any of your area, then now is a time to seek it out and really understand it. It's about understanding, not only understanding who you are as a person right now, but also how you're communicating that to people and yourself. But you have got the transformation, so it's about believing in yourself. Right, the roots of where you come from, maybe another parent. So this is the Six of Swords. So this is a great card to actually have from here and here, because you're taking your thought process and really understanding, if you've adopted this card here and the Death card in transformation. So you're moving away of an old way of thinking, Taurians, and this is a good aspect to have. So with one particular parent, you may find that their information that they've given you no longer serves you. You may be questioning a lot of things surrounding how you've been brought up. I'll just see it here with the inner child. So the inner child and children in generally is the Two of Pentacles. So this is going after and balancing the act of being an adult and being a child. So the transformation for Taurians at the moment is very much about really seeing quite clearly in a manner that serves you. Because here with the communication about going forward, and these two cards, so your home life and how you perceive it needs balance. Balance between the practicalities of giving to that inner child aspect and giving to the children around you. Taking away, moving away from what's needed. So we'll see about work and mundane things. So this is the Chariot here in the 6th house of work and everyday daily activities. So you have got significant movement. The Chariot will move things on quite quickly after this death situation. So the transformation and moving on. So if any of you are thinking of moving house, moving away from your current environment, this is giving you the aspect to do that. Packing up and going. So wherever you want to go, it is applicable to actually doing that. Again, it's about balancing. It's about putting practicality of money and thought process to move away. But there is an aspect here that moving away, especially from this communication problems. Right, relationships in 7. Right, so here with the 5 of Wands in relationships, there is significantly sorting out to be done. So for most of you within relationships, you will be finding that it's almost like putting the swords down, putting them to rest, putting all the arguments and things that haven't been as smooth as they could be to rest, because you've got the transformation. So if some of you are in this situation now where arguments and sorting out needs to take place, this is a great card. This is going to stop, it's going to move away, be more peaceful. So I would definitely, if I were you, Taurians, have a look at how your mindset is stopping you from having this smooth transition to transform into a more settled time. So you do have the energies of the universe to move you on, so that's really good, but still things need to be sorted out. So trying to pay attention to them. Right, in our 8th house, you've got the 6 of Pentacles, which is a great card to have because this is about other people's money. So moving on away from a poverty way of thinking is going to be quite good. So you will receive what you do want, and the transformation is going to be more significant than you realise. So the realisation that yes, you can move because of money or financial. Sometimes you have to just step and trust. And this is why death is here, to give you that ability to encourage you a little bit. Because here is the giving and the receiving aspect, where it is saying there is enough money for you to move on. So moving on, if you're thinking of moving on from anything, any situation, if you can communicate to yourself that yes, it is possible, it is more than possible, because the transformation is giving you what you want. So putting aside these uneven times and moving on. 9th house, this is about religion and travel. So it's a victorious situation for you. You've travelled through the mindset and transformed and won the battle. So it is important to win a little battle. That in life there always are more battles, but currently you will find that if you take the courage to look at the inner child when they're saying they want to go after what they want, then the ability is definitely there for you, which is good. Right, the 10th house, which is about career and also your reputation. So it is directly opposite this card, which is your home life, and the 6 of Swords. So if you can communicate to yourself and be listened to, then moving away from this current time that you've got, which is uneven, you'll find yourself can be more smoother, more in charge, precise, and understand what needs to take place. So there's something significant trying to take place, but one has to communicate. So if you're clear and concise with the communication, you'll get that done better. So if you know exactly what you want to say, then this aspect in this home, in the relationship, and how you are, will be more concise and be heard crystal clear. It's like clarity. So you'll be able to have that achievement of moving forward. So once you know what you want to say, it'll be fine. Absolutely fine. So in the 11th house, which is to do with friends, you've got the Hierophant, which is interesting. So you may find that one of your friends particularly will help you. You may find your partner or a relationship is your best friend. So some of you may have been struggling with the commitment. You're not committing. So the movement in commitment is turning to actually do it. So for some of you here, very much look at what you're saying and how you're communicating, because it could be perceived wrongly. So this is why you have to be precise. If one of your friends is becoming that very important person in your life. But for a lot of other people, there is this teaching that's going on from a friend to help you in this situation, which is very nice. So house 12, we have things hidden and institutions, and sometimes this is about higher spirituality. So the pain of moving forward into the open is difficult. So we really understand with all these houses why the Death card is really important to help you and assist you in transforming to be able to look further into your world in the coming months to actually achieve what you do want to achieve. So this aspect has been painful, obviously, but stepping forward into a more balanced, especially as it's over here, you will find you're moving on. You will get the courage, because I think you're going to be more precise with what you do say. I think you're going to follow your heart of what your inner child is trying to say to you and go after what you want. And the movement and the energies here with the Chariot is in balance of doing that. I'm going to do the Death card because of transformation. People like to know just how long is this transition going to last. And for you, I don't think it's going to last long, but I'm still going to do it. It's like the whole of them, which I've never done before, but here you go. It's one card. There. So this is, have faith in your dreams. Have faith in your dreams. So this can apply to all of the houses for you, because it is a difficult time for some of you. So having faith in your dreams, like the inner child, is going after what you really want, finding the balance, putting the practicalities of the situation in place. The practicalities of having faith in your dreams is sorting out on a mental level and a practical level of the giving and taking and the victorious way of moving away from the thought patterns. So this transformation, if you have faith and belief in yourself, instead of thinking you can't do it, you actually can, because with the death situation is wiping everything away, and having faith in your dreams is putting the thoughts into action, which you can clearly see, hopefully, I'll show you. You can see with these cards that you can. These are good cards. It's the giving and the victorious. So I know that's a little bit heavy, but always when you have the Death card, it's a complete transformation. And because it's the over influence, it's the pivot, it's the center of your next few weeks. Transformation is happening. Embrace change. Change always happens, but it's to your better good for the Wheel of Fortune in communicating to yourself just how valuable what you value is, the giving and receiving. What am I giving out to receive? So this is quite applicable for you, but having faith in what you do believe on a positive aspect is important, because it shows here and here that following your dreams, going after, and you see the little boat trying to catch up with the big boat, is very much moving on to actually achieve that. So Taurians, this is a positive reading if you allow change to happen. So I wish you all the best, Taurians. Have a great day and a great few weeks. We'll see you next time. Thank you for listening.